There he is. All right, so I just did an interview with my friend Eugene, my best homeboy over here. So we're gonna return a favor, and we're gonna go over to pick him up in Bed-Stuy, and ask him some good questions, some great questions about his photography. So it's all set. It's Black Friday. Just got the car washed. It was so dirty. So we're headed over there now to his place. Pick him up. Go to Manhattan a little bit, and hang out.
The destination is on your right. Arrived at Eugene Jones's home.
So we'll give him a call. Let's see if he's available. We're gonna try and call his Galaxy phone. See if there's any reception.
Yo.
Hey, what's up, man?
You outside?
I'm outside, bro.
Alright, cool. I'm coming over.
Alright.
You.
So that was interesting. For once, the phone call actually went through. Always giving him a hard time about his Galaxy phone, man. Keep on texting him, he never gets his text. Keep on calling him, phone never gets through. Like, phone call never gets through. I'm surprised. Surprised, motherfucker. Of course, when it's on video, his phone's good. Yeah, there he is. Yo, what up, man?
Yeah. How you doing, man? It's cold as hell.
Here we go again.
Yep.
Now it's cold. It's brick, bro.
Yeah.
For those of people that don't know what brick means, it's an old 90s slang for cold as fuck.
Yeah, like that's Butter's son, or what is it?
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that, though. That's like old school shit, man.
Yeah.
So since you did me a favor of interviewing me really good,
Yeah.
I'm gonna return the favor today, man.
Okay, cool.
We're gonna ask you some questions.
Alright.
Some really good ones.
Damn, man.
I
didn't like the sound of that.
It's gonna feel like that seat has a like seat heating or whatever.
Yeah.
Ready? So we'll go back to the roots.
The roots
of when you started photography. Like, when was the first time you picked
back
up?
in slavery.
Nah, not that far. That's like 400 years, man. Why I always gotta make it like racial, bro? Always gotta go racial. So when was the very first time you picked up a camera?
I would think, well, when I was a little kid, I had a little, snap camera or whatever, photography. Like I was just like taking pictures of random stuff, but I wasn't really into like the whole f-stops and.
When was that? So when was that?
I was like 10 years old. I was in Washington D.C. With the fam. Some Panamanian thing going on, whatever the case may be.
Some Panamanian thing, eh?
Yeah. And I took some pictures of like scenery and stuff like that. I didn't really take pictures of people. I took some, but I mean, really the scenery is what I was interested in. And then, that's about it. That's when I started. But when I really like, let's say like an SLR or something like that, high school. Yeah, when art and design.
So high school is when you kind of like realize this could be a thing, right?
Yeah. I mean, well, not necessarily photography in particular, but I was in industrial design. Like I have a really big interest in industrial design, architecture, just creating and inventing new shit,
So when did you get into, portraits and fashion?
4 years ago. 3 years ago, I guess it was. Was it 3? 3 when we started doing that. After I got fired from that job. So it was like I was using my time to do that I had being off. I had a digital SLR and it was just like there. Like it was a D3100. That was the first digital SLR I had.
What are you using now?
A D7200.
7200.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty good.
Has more megapixels, 24.
Yep.
Which is awesome.
That is actually.
I can really zoom in and like.
Yeah, it's a really good camera.
The lenses that I got with it make it so much more better. So much more better. Especially that prime lens, 35mm. Love it.
It's a good starting lens.
Yeah. I kind of wish I got the 1.5, but it's funny how the price difference between that and the 1.8 is like.
Oh, it's a big difference. Like $200, $300.
200. It looks like 1,000 to me.
Is it really?
Yeah. I've seen it online for like, but that was like a few months ago. Wait, was it months ago? No, it was literally a year ago since I bought it. So yeah, maybe it's cheaper now. Who knows? Then I got another new lens, the wide angle lens, which I'm starting to kind of get into, like just taking nice dope fashion shots. From wide angle, kind of like those old school like lugs ads. You see the big boot just in the front and they in the background, like kind of getting shots like that.
Do you shoot a lot in the winter? Not so much, huh?
Last winter I did. This winter I've just been so busy. This year I've shot with a lot of people, but just busy in general doing things, editing photos, working on my editing skills and such, re-editing photos that I think I did terrible the first time around, so I'm utilizing my new skills to make those older photos look better.
So you don't do what I do, where I just save all the photos and then.
Nah, hell no. I get rid of like really bad ones, like they're blurry, whatever. There's no need to keep them. I'm getting rid of them. They're gone.
Finito.
Yeah, and it opens up space. So on my computer and such. What else? And I've just been busy, and then baking cookies for the holidays. That's another thing that I do.
Oh yeah, those cookies that you did for me, those were dope, man.
They taste good.
They were great, man.
Guinness, yeah, they were called Nunya Guinness. So it's basically Guinness. I'm not gonna give away all the secrets of how I made them, but
I think you should have made it milk chocolate, though, not dark chocolate.
Not dark chocolate.
Yeah.
It wasn't dark chocolate.
It was dark chocolate.
It was like a.
It was dark as fuck.
It's because I put a lot of chocolate in it.
Okay, I noticed that. That's why it was good. There it is. It's really good.
Yeah, but there's another way that I want to do it to make it really look like a Guinness. I just didn't have any more white chocolate chips, like melting white chocolate chips. I wanted to just like dip the top of the cookie in it and give it that little swirl, so it has that kind of like foamy look. Yeah,
it was very soft. It was good.
Yeah, so that's another thing that I do is make cookies.
Yep. Premier.
Yep.
Imported from Bed-Stuy.
Exactly, imported from Bed-Stuy, and that's why I'm usually busy during the holidays and when it's wintertime. And also it's cold, like I don't want to be out there like shooting, freezing to death.
Yep.
I mean, I've tried it and it's cool and all, but I don't want to really just
essentially when personally, like that's when I usually do do studios more.
Yeah, I don't like shooting in studios. Me personally, like as a group, I mean, I don't mind, but like me personally shooting by myself in the studio, I just don't like shooting in the studio. I think I'm terrible at it, to be honest with you, but it's just that I'm not good at it. But I like to shoot outdoors, natural light. Sometimes indoors. It depends on the area, like hotels and such like that. And I'd like to shoot in there, or even in the buildings, like in a brownstone or something that has really nice architecture or a nice interior with it. And it doesn't have to be like luxury. I mean, like I'll shoot in a factory that looks abandoned or whatever the case may be, too. But yeah, man.
I know my favorite, but I want to know what your favorite shot so far out of ever since you've been doing portraits in fashion. What is your number one slot on your portfolio? As a matter of fact, I'll give you three.
Well, one shot is definitely. Well, I put it in my story, but I'll show you it real quick. So basically, it's in my story, and I made it look like an ad, which is what I do for my stories. I make them look like ads. So it's this one right here. You make them look like ass? Ads. Okay. ADS. So it's this one up here. This one right here. It's a story.
That's your number one spot.
That's one of them. Damn, man. That's a hot seat right there.
Yeah.
Like, you know, fucking photos there. All right, this one right here. I really love black and white photos.
What is that?
It's from San Francisco. Shot of Kiara looking out the window. And it really shows how beautiful of the woman's anatomy is. And a nice kind of silhouette, I guess, whatever. But anyway, it's a dope shot. I love black and white photos, and that one has a nice emotion to it, even though you don't see her face. Just looking out the window, looking out at the world. That's it. One more, right?
One more.
Right here. Y'all saw that?
The Chain Gang.
Yeah. It's dope. Nice, clear, crisp. Looks like Halle Berry. Shot is awesome, man. And then the way she's holding the chain, like, perfect. It's kind of like a beautiful, tough feel to it, you know? Like, yeah, I'm pretty, but I'll knock you out, motherfucker. So yeah, those are my three favorites.
So hostile, man.
Those are my three favorites.
My favorite. It would be the black and white one with, I think, the girl, same girl, the last one, with the chain, with Anahara.
Stop.
Okay, you pronounce it then.
It goes up there.
Go ahead.
Next.
Pronounce the name then.
Anuraha.
Huh?
Anuraha.
Anuraha. Okay.
Anuraha.
The next one would actually be one of the shots from Boston that you did recently.
Okay.
It's the one with the jacks.
The jacks. I'm assuming it's that one.
See? Yep. The jacks.
Any more?
And number two is actually the same girl. The one where she's being pushed on a trolley.
Pushed on the trolley?
Yep. That was good.
Okay, so and that's another thing that I do with my shots. So it's kind of like on my page portfolio. But basically, it's a shot of the person, and then the next shot is a shot that you can slide back and forth.
Yep.
Just like that. See that? Shout out to you, Gabriel. Oh, you can't see it. There you go. And then I do a black and white shot.
Gabriel? You mean Gabrielle?
Gabriel.
You are just slaughtering these names, bro.
So anyway, basically, I want my profile to look like this: 2 colored shots on the sides, and the black and white shots, silver black.
That's your theme.
Going straight down. You know, silver black photos. I mean, that's not why it's named that. It's actually named that because I'm a Spurs fan. That's the number one reason why it's named silver black photos. But also because I like black and white photos. And if I get them printed, I'm not printing on white paper. That negative space is going to be on silver or kind of like a chromish paper. And then have to see it, but it looks awesome. I have one picture that's like that.
We've covered your top 3 photos. What about your top 3 models?
Models in terms of what?
In terms of, you know, how much you shoot with them and would you like to shoot with them again, and basically your favorite one, like, to work with.
To work. Number 1. Everybody else, I'll rank them differently or whatever, but look at this guy. Look at this guy.
Is your seatbelt on?
Nope. I'm in the hot seat. Now it just fucking ejected right out the seat. Like, y'all to see me right on the windshield. Let's see. Okay.
Yo, I like how the car was like, all right, you going fast. This dude over here next to you don't got his seatbelt on.
Number 1 is this right here. I'm gonna show you a picture. Probably this is the last picture I just posted, actually. Right there. Her. Awesome. Number 1. We
What's your
click.
name?
Anura. We click.
Yeah, I like the shots you did with her.
And personality-wise, like she's dope. Like the things that the shots that we come up with, the ideas and stuff like that, it's just a constant flow of awesomeness. And the work and it shows in the way I edit her photos and how they come out. They're nice, crisp, clear. It's dope, man. The next person, Alejandra. Let me see if I can show a picture real quick.
What is that, Brooklyn?
Williamsburg, Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Her personality, she's awesome, man. Like, and she's great with like expressions and stuff like that.
Where's she from?
And like, I don't know where she's from. She lives in Manhattan, I guess.
Oh, okay.
No, I think she lives in Brooklyn now.
Oh, she moved?
Yeah, I think so.
My condolences.
This is a picture of her right here. She's great with expressions. Like, it's just natural to her. Like, everything, her posing and all that. She's not trying so hard. Everything just comes natural.
Yep.
And she's a badass. Like, you should look at her page, look at her photos and such. Eclectic in the city.
That's her handle?
That's her handle. The next person, Amber. Yeah, her shots, like, people just love them. You know, I get a lot of views. I get more comments from those, more likes. Yeah, her handle is Saltine Cracker. That's right, Saltine Cracker. The shoot that we did was a test shoot. It was on a basketball court, just a test shoot. The impressions and reach on those photos is crazy. It's way higher than all my other photos, which is bananas because I'm just shooting like fashion, kind of like photography, and that was just a test shoot on a basketball court for something that I wanted to do later on. But hey, it is what it is. The shots look dope. They're nice, crisp, clear as well too, and she fit the bill. She has that fit, kind of like a basketball player. You feel me?
She's actually really good. She's fun. She's got a bright personality. I like shooting with her too.
Yeah. So that was Anura, Alejandra, Amber. My triple A's, I guess you can call it.
Triple A's.
They all start with the letter A. But yeah, if you want to like book a model or anybody and you're a photographer, definitely any one of those 3. Or any of the other models that I've shot, but those 3 in particular, like those are the ones that I just remember off the top of my head. They're awesome people, you know.
So, you actually shoot more male photographers than I do.
Yeah.
Who would you say that has given you like the best photos, or who's your go-to if you want to do something kind of like to do a session with? Who's your go-to male model be?
I wouldn't say go-to, but
Okay, well, who has given you the best photos, the best angles?
it's tough. It's between who's the other person? I think it was like the fit guy. He fit that bill of being fit. The other 3 wouldn't even like match up to that. Like to fitness.
Wow.
To the fit. Hey, Like, I'm just
Yo,
keeping
bro,
it real. Like,
yo, bros,
like, do you see how
listen.
big he is?
All right. Eugene is like,
Like, it's just, it is what it is. Like, you know, he's like,
I don't know the other guys. I don't know the other dudes, but
model theme, you know, you're like,
yeah.
the others couldn't match up. Well, actually, no. The first dude that I shot, Jeff, he could probably match up to it. Maybe, I don't know. But I would have to say the Ryan. He's an Asian guy that I shot with the bat, and he had the bow tie on.
So he would be the number one spot. The best shot so far.
Nope, it's a tie between him and the other dude, Sosa, who I shot on the basketball court. Believe it or not, I shot them in the same area. It's just I shot one on the basketball court and one not on the basketball court, kind of near the baseball field.
So would you say you like incorporating, you know, sports into your photography?
I kind of do.
Yeah.
But I like incorporating certain themes and certain people's passions into the type of fashion photography that I do. Why? Because it brings out the personality into the person. Like they really show that they enjoy the shoot, and they're not just like, all right, I'm here posing in a fucking outfit, blah blah blah. I'm like, no, take this chain and do something with it, you know, like pose with this, whatever. And they have fun, they play around with it, and I take shots of them while they do that. The kid that I shot with the basketball, like, he loves basketball.
So what are you saying? What are you saying? Like, I know the highs into chains.
Next question.
Yo, that was like a good awkward silence, bro. So you didn't even answer that. So I'm gonna take that as
I plead
that
the
you
fifth.
know.
That's right. You pled the fifth. I'm pleading the fifth this time.
Oh my god, bro. Let's talk about your processing style. Like what do you do to make your photos unique?
Well, I shoot to advertise. I shoot to make people, I guess, look good in advertisement. So basically, I kind of visualize words while I'm shooting with the person, or even beforehand, I have an idea in mind of what I want to do. And basically, like, I literally shoot to advertise, not just shoot just because here's a picture of you, you know, and that's you, this. No, I'm shooting you in a way that you can, like, advertise yourself, but also the things that you're wearing as well.
Yeah.
And also, I like playing around with weird angles and stuff like that when I'm shooting with people, like bird's eye view, low angles, diagonal angles, you know, just to experiment. You know, I'm a very creative person, so I like to experiment with a lot of like angles and other things, like I said, with themes and such like that. If this was the Jack Robinson Expressway, you would not be driving like this.
No, because this road is actually nice. They actually care about this road.
I'm surprised it's empty too.
It's Black Friday.
I mean, that's what I'm surprised at. Like, I mean, people should be out shopping,
No, that's a
getting
little
shit
later, I
and
think.
driving around.
Everybody's just waking up. It's like 1 o'clock. You like your angles, you shoot to frame,
Yeah.
right? What about your colors?
Colors,
Post processing.
I experiment with stuff. I mean, like I said, I love black and white shots. That's really the primary look I try to go with, and then is to see if they look good in black and white. But then also I experiment with different styles in terms of like color, like maybe more of a warm theme. But I usually use warm themes, kind of like within my shots and warm styles.
same thing. I guess.
Yeah. And then I'll alter the skin also to fit the presets that I have. So that, you know, because all the shots don't come out the same. So, you know, you obviously can't just use a filter or a preset and then bam, all right, I'm done. You have to make some changes to it. So that's what I do as well, too. In my post process for photography. That's alliteration. You know what alliteration is? Post process for photography. You know what alliteration is?
No.
This is what alliteration is.
You don't even know what the fuck.
Oh, I know what alliteration is. It's a literary term where you utilize words that have the same letter, that's the same first letter. So, what I said.
So how's that an alliteration?
Alliteration. PPP. Post process for photography.
Right.
And I use that in a lot of my what do you call it? Not headlines, but descriptions in my photos. Like that's a big thing that I really love to do as well with the descriptions of my photos. It's like I come up with different phrases, and a lot of them are phrases that I've made up. Like they're not quotes that I go out and find and shit like that.
So we're coming up. We're crossing the bridge from Queens to the island, Manhattan. Stop by the crib real quick. I forgot something.
This is actually a nice area to shoot around, right over here, right? Randall's Island, right?
Randall's Island. That's my spot, bro. In the summer.
Yeah, in the summer, definitely not now. Like, freezing ass off.
Right now, not so much, man. So what would you say would be the biggest challenge of trying to get a model to shoot with?
Just getting a response back. I guess, like.
All right, so we're gonna head to downtown real quick. So where do you get your like? How do you get models to shoot with you, bro?
Mostly on IG, sometimes on Model Mayhem.
Okay.
Not often, but mainly on IG.
Yeah, because Model Mayhem's for more like beginners and stuff.
Yeah. But, you know they're typically into fashion because they're on Model Mayhem. On Instagram, they may have their own type of intentions, whatever the case may be, promo model, or just they want to shoot just because they want to have pictures. They just want to. They're just doing it for fun, or whatever the case may be. But yeah, mostly I find them on IG. Hashtag NYC models.
Yeah, that's a good tool. That's a good. It's a good. Like Instagram is a good tool.
Yeah.
You know?
And sometimes I, if I'm going away, I'll try to see if there's any models in the area where I'm going to or where I'm going to travel, like for vacation wise, and I'll see whether I want to bring my camera with me, and I'll shoot with that person there. So, you know, sometimes it does work out well. Get some cool models like I did in San Francisco. Shoot with them, create some dope work, you know.
So how much like hit-ups do you usually get, like for TFPs and that kind of stuff?
Not as often as you think, but I would say like 5.
How you doing? You saw her, right?
Yeah, she's looking back.
Yeah. You saw that, right?
Yeah, she looked back.
Hey, man.
Now you see how he gets his hit-ups. Anyway, look at that dog.
That dog was about to get run over. Like how both of them were like looking back, like.
Yeah, the taller one, the one that looked,
yep.
She looked like
she
actually looked like a model, believe it or not. Like
did she recognize
the way
me?
she turned around, the way she turned away, I was like, damn, that would have been a good shot.
She was like
that. She ripped her hair back like. Whoosh, I was like, oh shit, snap. See, so that's another way you could probably get a model also. You got a fly ass car like this motherfucker. With me, if I get a car, I might not even come back to New York. I might leave you. I'm a fucking
Keep it in Georgia,
somewhere. Yeah,
fucking
exactly.
Alaska.
Traveling around, like probably not Alaska unless I get the WRX. Yeah,
True.
you can't go no
Anywhere there's like a nice highway. What are like some of the places that you like to shoot at? Since you don't like to do studio, like what do you look for in a setting?
I've shot in downtown Manhattan a lot, but I've started to shoot in other different areas. There's a lot in by Riverside Park. I've shot I've shot with a few people in Brooklyn because I have a lot of ideas, you know, and themes or whatever that I want to do and shoot. And constantly shooting in Lower Manhattan, it happens. It's kind of getting boring. So that's why I'm shooting more in like Uptown, Midtown. I gotta explore that a bit more in terms of like Manhattan, because that's like I guess.
You went to that spot I went to, right? Did you go to that spot around the
Fort Tryon?
Yeah,
Tryon
Fort Tryon.
Yeah. That was actually dope. I want to explore that some more when I get a chance. But really in Brooklyn, maybe even in Queens, just to get to know Queens a bit more, because I never go there. But I'm pretty sure there's some dope spots to shoot out over there. And then also try to like, as I travel as well too, I'm an open book. I don't know where the hell I don't know where anything is out here, so I'm just like, yo, let's go to the beach here, there, whatever the case may be. You got any ideas? And we'll just shoot there, you know. Or if I have a dope ass hotel room, which I usually try to get whenever I go places, I like to have the nicest, not the nicest hotel room, but I like to have a real nice one with a good view.
You're gonna have nice ones for work.
I'll shoot. What about work? I don't have a job. I am unemployed, ladies. Remember that. I'm your unemployed bachelor. But yeah. I usually like to have a nice hotel
bachelor.
room.
What the fuck?
I'm pretty up for anything in terms of location and places to shoot. I'm just tired of shooting in Lower Manhattan, really. I mean, if I have to shoot in Lower Manhattan, there's still some spots and areas that I noticed that I've seen that I would probably shoot there.
Because you know what, like a variety of settings, this actually makes your photos not like all look the same, you know.
Yeah.
For clients, not so much. Like let's say, because I don't post none of my clients, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So what I do is like I just use whatever is convenient for them. How about you? To shoot
Wherever they want to shoot.
Yep.
If you book me for something, whatever you want to shoot, we'll do it. Like, you know, if you want to shoot in Lower Manhattan, I mean, I'll give an idea of an area that we could possibly shoot that's not in that area, so I don't have to shoot there again. But if that's what you want to do, we'll just do it.
So what are your hobbies? Like, what do you like to do aside from photography?
Well, the main thing for sure, cookies, baking cookies. I take that very seriously, but I love it. It's fun. Like, I'll be in the kitchen, like, dancing around and singing and doing all types of silly shit, making some dope-ass cookies.
While you're tasting your own product?
Like, a lot of times I just, like, make it just for people so they can enjoy it.
Yep.
And depending on if they like it, then I know I did something good. Or I made something good. And I experiment with some of the craziest flavors. So you can check that out. No Joke CS. That's the handle, at No Joke CS. I also love basketball. I play it. My niece is playing basketball now. She made the basketball team, so you know I take her out to teach her some fun new tricks and stuff. And I don't hold back. I teach her like dope fucking tricks and shit, like that she can have fun with. You know, like she ain't trying to get to the WNBA, so just have fun.
Mentorship is very important, man. To you know, with today's youth.
Yeah,
Mentorship is very important.
What I like to do is I like to travel. I like to things like maybe even skydiving. I haven't done skydiving, but that's something that I want to do. A lot of racing, like different types of cars. I haven't done rally yet. That's something that I want to do. I have a whole bunch of other hobbies and things that I like to do, man. I like to keep myself busy.
Do you ever do that? You get bored and you know just like hit up models to shoot?
I've done that.
Yeah. I do that often.
In the summer, I've done that.
You know what? Sometimes, like, the most spontaneous shoots are, like, come out like the best.
Yeah. That's true. much is spontaneous. I mean, you don't know these people.
True.
Like, so
No, but
you
ever,
meet
like,
them and you never know what's gonna happen. And
Yeah,
then
but
all
like
of a sudden
you,
it's like,
I know you discuss with them first, like, okay, outfits and like locations and all that stuff.
yeah,
But like the same day, you know, I think the spontaneity of it, of not knowing where you're gonna shoot,
yeah,
not knowing what the model's gonna come in with, you know, I think the more spontaneous it is, the more exciting, I guess, the shoot is.
yeah.
It's more fun.
Yes, indeed. Like, hey, let's go. I want you to climb that Christmas tree over there. Like, there's a Christmas tree.
Yo, you
on
dangerous. You need fucking photographer's insurance, man. Yo, if you guys have not seen, this dude likes to put models in some of the weirdest fucking place ever. It's very creative, though. Don't get me wrong. But it's just like, he's got him in like a crate. In like
a crate. I didn't ever take a
like-
picture of no damn chicken in a crate, man. What the hell
in a
is
small ladder basement or whatnot.
that? There's a picture that I'm gonna post.
Telling him to cross highways while in the middle of rush hour.
I've never done that, but that is
That is something that you want to do.
idea that
There you
I
go.
thought
See?
of. Like, so it's an action shoot of literally in some dope ass outfits. You're just running across the highway and you're getting the shot. The cars going by or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I just think it would be dope. To be honest with you. I mean, in a controlled highway environment, it would look dope.
Which there's
In a
never
random,
ever any.
like, especially in New York, yeah, that would not be safe at all. You know? One of the shots that I'm actually gonna post up today is probably one of the examples that this guy is talking about. This is Jerissa. I love this area. Put the photo up here, and then her personality really, like, not even her personality, but her expressions changed because it was more of an indifferent position of how she was in the in this particular small, like, enclosed area. And here's one of the shots right here. I mean, it'll be up here as well too, so you can see it. But I think the shots in that area where she was like closed inside, she was actually down to do it. I think she mentioned it first. I'm not sure if I mentioned it first or she did, but like her expression started to change and started to open up when she was posing in there. And the shit came out dope, man. Like black and white shots, color, whatever the case may be. Like, it was dope, nice, sharp, clear. Contrast was good. And the same thing with other models. I think Amber, when I did that test shoot, when she was when she went to the top of the basketball. Yeah, she went to the top of the basketball hoop, where right by the backboard is where you got the poles, and she was on top of that shit, posing with the basketball in her hand. Shit was fucking dope. A lot of chicks would not even fucking do that, but she did it. That's why she's such a dope model as well too.
Like, what was your worst shoot ever?
All my studio shoots are terrible.
I don't know. I kind of like the one. Well, I like the one with Amber where you had the photos on the floor. And she was laying down.
I think it's well, yeah, that was actually pretty good. But any of my studio shoots, I don't like them at all. It is what it is. Like, it's just like the quality just didn't come out the way I wanted it to. I basically was kind of like experimenting with lighting and stuff like that. Like, but I probably have to get much better lighting.
Light setup?
Yeah, to do what I want to do, because I pretty much use like LED lights. They're cool and all, but I mean, I'm not that enthusiastic about setting up in a studio to shoot somebody. Like, it's nothing real random about it. It's like you're in the studio, you're there, and you're shooting with the person, and that's it. And when I'm outside, it's like the world is your oyster. Fucking go wherever the fuck you want. Like, we could be walking, whatever, and see some like fucking what do you call it? Like lily, a spa with like a pathway with lily pads and water on the sides, and be like, oh shoot, yo, let's go shoot over there. You know, it's kind of random and spontaneous, and I love that. But all my indoor shoots, man, to be honest with you, like, I ain't a big fan of them at all. I don't post them much. Amber's studio one, that was actually a test shoot as well. I post a few shots of that because they actually did come out.
Yeah, I like
good.
those.
Not
Those
gonna
actually
lie.
dope.
Yeah. But yeah, my studio shoots, I ain't a big fan of them, man.
All right, so we'll wrap this interview up. We're almost at, our destination. Just again, Eugene Jones, Silver Black Photography.
Silver black photos. Silver black
That's
photos.
right, Silver Black Photos.
Spurs
Man.
all day, nothing else, nobody else, unless it's a delicious chicken sandwich. Damn, you see that chicken spot over there?
No, it is.
Shit.
Really? You gonna do this like while we're doing the interview? Hey, come on, man.
I like chicken sandwiches, man.
No.
Just so you models know.
You said chicks, not chickens.
I said chicken sandwiches.
Oh, chicken.
Like, I'm dead ass talking about chicken, bro. Like, the fuck, man, yo.
All right.
Yo, food is important to me. Like,
Anyway.
not everybody's always looking at chicks or whatever the case may be. I love chicks, don't get me wrong. But,
All right, I cut it. Anyway.
nah, you gotta
Actually-
cut that for
All right, so we're here. I'll hit you up.
Yeah,
All right,
man.
we'll shoot. We'll hang out.
Yep.
Bro, take care.
Man, you gotta get the hell out of my car, motherfucker, before I get the ticket. Right, I'm colored. Oh shit, was that my phone?
Bruh.
Hold on, let me just make sure it's not. Cause I heard something fall down.